technically I am, but I'm actually your father.
What? That doesn't make sense.
Look, you see, I turned into a guy and bonked your mother.
Hello and welcome back to the Help Where Nerds podcast.
I'm Rob.
I'm Ethan, and let's just get it out of the way.
Do we have to?
X-Men 97's latest episode. I know in our last episode we talked about the first two episodes, but we kind of have to start with this one because the Raging Cajun, as Rob said in the previous episode, his favourite character,
May
or may not, most likely may, have bit the big one last night.
I love how spoilers. I love how he got rid of the big machine roll after it stabbed him. It's like, that is cool. Technically, he's touching it, so yes, he can make it kinesthetic and blow up.
Yep. I like the Sentinel. Obviously it's a robot, so it doesn't have facial expressions. But looking at it,
It was like, shit.
It kind of screamed, "Oh fuck! I fucked up by stabbing this guy."
Don't stab the guy who can make things blow up.
Yeah. And then kaboom. Now I think this is either going to get undone or he's going to be brought back by Apocalypse. I know that's been circulating since yesterday.
You know what? I won't mind that because I do like the arc when he is the Horseman of Death.
If you notice, there were a few nods to maybe that's where they're going. In the intro, they changed the intro to include Apocalypse fighting Cable. Cable was there, and he confirmed what I knew and comic fans knew, that Madeline Pryor is his mum.
Yes.
He also...
Makes me think she's probably not dead either.
Also, there's a slight nod to it. If you might blink and miss it, but there is Archangel in the background in that nightclub, who was, as everybody who watched the original cartoon series will know, the original Horseman of Death.
Yes. Question is, who else are going to be the other three?
Well, that's all said and done, innit? You don't know. Maybe Rogue will go bad because of what just happened.
Possibly. She just lost her love.
She just kind of fit the pestilence vibe, zapping everybody's energy.
Yes.
So...
I also love the fact their love conquers the fact they can't physically touch. Just shows that you don't have to touch somebody to be able to love somebody.
And also for me, one of the best, it's not about the death scenes specifically, it's about the episode in general, but I thought one of the most relatable scenes in the entire show so far was Scott blowing up on camera.
Yes.
They're asking about his son, and he literally had to give him away because of Mr. Sinister, who is a human that turned himself into a mutant. He is not a mutant.
I do like the fact we're getting a lot of Mr. Sinister. Because the rumours are he is going to be the big bad of the live action.
Well, some rumours circulating online say that you could see the Watcher in the scene where Gambit dies.
I think so, yeah.
I couldn't see it myself. I'm going to have to go back and watch the episode and see if I can see it myself. But if that's true, then maybe what people are saying of the timeline fixing itself and bringing these people back is what brings them into the MCU.
That'd be the smart way of going about it.
I would absolutely love that, because then that means the most famous and version of the X-Men, where you can just go back and watch it all, and you don't have to establish anything, would be the MCU canon X-Men. That would be great. Obviously, there'd be different actors. I don't think you'd end up keeping the voice actors for...
Probably not.
...live action, but you've got that history to fall back on.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do storylines like Dark Phoenix, which were done phenomenal in the cartoon.
And obviously not been done well live action.
I don't really think it can be.
Not in one movie.
It needs to be done
It
either
needs to
as
be a build.
Yeah, like a TV series or a 3-arc movie.
Yeah, she definitely needs to be like the Thanos of it. Build up to her. Which neither movie has done.
I think the best way to do it, in my opinion, is the dreaded Part 2. That all Hollywood movies seem to do at one point, where you start off with Part 1, and that's just Phoenix Saga, and Jean Grey's fine, everything's good, hunky-dory.
Part 2.
And then Part 2 is Dark Phoenix, where she goes mad and does all the shit she does as Dark Phoenix. That's the problem that most live-action versions have had, in my opinion. They've only focused on Dark Phoenix, and no one's delved into Phoenix. Like, the Phoenix Saga is 2 parts. There's the Dark Phoenix Saga and the Phoenix Saga. You can't do.
Well, they tried to do it with the Game of Thrones girl, but they did it in one movie.
They did and they didn't, because the way they did that didn't make sense, because in the Dark Phoenix movie, as they called it, right, she gets the powers from cosmic energy.
Yeah.
However, then why in Age of Apocalypse
that made no sense to me.
Did the Phoenix show up when she was defeating Apocalypse?
See, I would have gone off of that. And built a movie off that. But I think the problem was they had the problems with Bryan Singer turned up in between the movies. So he had to leave Dark Phoenix. And I think we got one of the producers being the director instead. And it was just, Dark Phoenix was a badly written movie.
The alien didn't make any sense.
No.
Aliens are involved in the Dark Phoenix saga, but it's specifically the Shi'ar Empire, which the X-Men have massive connections to. For goodness sake, I think the current leader of the Shi'ar Empire in comics is Professor Xavier's daughter.
Yes.
So...
And you had an awesome actress playing the alien in Dark Phoenix.
Mm.
And what you gave her to do was pretty much crap.
And you already set up the Hellfire Club, which play a massive role in Dark Phoenix in the comics and in the animated TV series in First Class. So, you know, bring them back, have them play a major role, and that ties everything together. If this is going to be your last movie, why not use the villains from the first movie and tie everything back together?
One thing I did like about that movie is the fact they went more deeper into Dark Beast. Because of he was sad because of Mystique dying at the start.
I also liked the slight thing of Jean showing up on a movie version of Genosha, where Magneto was living. And Magneto being like, yeah, I'm going to help Jean out, until she started causing problems for mutant kind. And then he was like, whoa, piss off.
Because at the end of the day, Professor X and Magneto have the same end goal. But they've just got 2 completely different ways to doing it.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, that's X-Men. Obviously, they did the Madeline Pryor storyline the week before. Well, not the week before, the 2 weeks before at the time of this.
It was interesting. I didn't know much about that one. It's not one of the comics I've really ever delved into.
It was the Inferno storyline, I believe. The original Inferno storyline, I believe.
I like the fact in the recent one, Scott is still talking to her. That was interesting.
I'll be perfectly honest. I understand real Jean's feelings. They're completely valid.
It is kind of like a betrayal in a way.
However,
he went months.
You didn't have the baby.
No.
You know,
she did.
Madeline did. So, in my head, Scott's betraying Madeline Pryor, not Jean.
It all depends when Madeline took over.
See, for me, it doesn't, because they've got the same memories, and they're the same person.
So it is basically like he's just dating the same person.
And but, also, he clearly knocked up that version. And until, 2 weeks ago, in the time of that episode, he didn't even...
A couple of months.
Or a couple of months.
I'm sure they said something about months.
Well, it's either a couple of weeks ago or a couple of months ago. in the time of that episode.
Yeah.
Scott didn't even know that the Jean that he'd been with the entire time was
how long?
for how long was a clone. None of them did.
No.
So while I understand where Jean's coming from, if you can't expect him to just be like, you're the one and only Jean, and you're my one and only, because he had a kid with this other woman that he thought was Jean Grey.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard for him to cut contact with her. And when she said the psychic connection thing was their thing, well, you're the same person with the same memories, so it was their thing too. Like, at the end of the day, Scott's not in the wrong, Jean's not in the wrong, Madeline's not in the wrong. The only person in the wrong is Sinister.
Yeah. I do also get why she got angry.
Yeah.
Because to her it is like he's cheating, but yeah. Different subject. A game adaptation is coming out this weekend, Fallout.
Yeah.
I've played the games. I am both looking forward of it and terrified they're going to mess it up.
Yeah. They do that a lot with video game movies. There's been some good ones, but most are trash.
Yeah. I like the fact what I've heard they're making their own character and putting it into the Fallout world. So it's like another game. It's the same universe but different.
Characters.
And they're going to throw in some favourite characters. Like the guy without a nose, I can never remember his name.
Yeah.
But I'm intrigued to watching it.
Yeah, it should be. I'll give that a watch myself.
Yeah, I will.
So.
And of course, at some point, I'll probably pick up Magic the Gathering deck or Fallout.
Yeah.
When I remember and have money.
Yeah, money is key.
Mainly because I've already spent 100 quid. I don't have on Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah, that's the problem with card games. They are expensive.
Yeah. I've just bought a Yu-Gi-Oh card off my mate. I'm going IOU with him at the minute. So that'd be 100 quid I've lost when I get paid.
So yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah, that's definitely interesting.
I might do another adaptation, in a way. Me and my other half have got to season 2 of animated Airbender. She's still enjoying it. She's picking up on all the differences already between them.
Yeah.
For me, the best character's turned up, Toph.
The Blind Bandit.
She's awesome.
The boulder is over his conflicted feeling.
Yes.
My favourite line in the entire show.
As we've said before, live action's getting second and third.
Yep.
We've got a second series of One Piece coming at some point, live action.
Yep. I've actually recently got more into anime.
Yeah, I go on and off of it. I'm currently watching My Hero Academia.
Yeah, I just caught up with
I'm catching up.
My Hero.
I'm on I don't know if this is all the seasons, but the ones on Netflix. The last series on Netflix, I believe it's 5. I don't know if there's any more.
There's a 6th season. It's why I ended up subscribing to Crunchyroll.
Yeah, I've got Crunchyroll via a mate.
And 7th season's coming out very soon. So
yeah, it's one I'd like to see an adaptation for live action, but I don't know if they'd be able to do it well enough.
They probably would. The thing is, with superheroes, I think that's one of the easiest ones to adapt.
Yeah, but how much of... If Americans do it, they're going to whitewash some of the characters.
Oh, of course. Which is why you don't want Americans doing it.
No, but they did One Piece well, and they've done...
I'd be fine with Netflix doing it, because to be honest, while the Netflix adaptations aren't perfect, at least their casting isn't whitewashed.
Saying that, One Piece... I'm not going to say the live action's perfect, but it is as close as we've got so far.
Yeah.
I'm a One Piece fan, mainly because I love pirates and stuff like that. So when the live action came out, I was bricking it. But they have done well. They've took obvious bits out.
Yeah.
Like a guy's got curly eyebrows in the anime. He doesn't in the live action. A guy's got a massive nose. What works
They've
in
took
an anime.
out the body stuff.
Yeah, stuff that works in an anime.
I forgot the author's name, of the manga, but he specifically puts those details in to make his world unique, but you can't physically do that in live action.
Yeah, he has purposely said, when people said they whitewashed the characters, he came out and gone, no, these characters are from different places purposely.
Yeah.
But that, I need to catch up on that, but that's got over 1,000 episodes.
Yeah. So yeah, I've just recently caught up with My Hero, like I said. I've also just watched that time I was reincarnated as a slime.
Yeah. There's another one I want to watch on. One I kind of want to watch. It's just gone on Netflix. It's got Black Clover. I've heard good things about it. But that's only got like 52 episodes at the minute.
Yeah, I recently dog sat for my sister, so I ended up getting Crunchyroll so I could watch a bunch of anime on my laptop.
Yeah.
While I was there.
There's some good ones. Have you ever watched Blue Exorcist?
No, I need to watch that one. Like the main ones I've watched are Sword Art Online.
Yes.
Which is fine until they go into the guns. I don't like the gun one.
The gun one is crap.
Like I said, I've just watched the time I was reincarnated as slime, My Hero Academia, and and Trapped in a Dating Sim.
I've not watched that one yet. You've got obvious ones. You've got Tokyo Ghoul.
Tokyo Ghoul. I've seen some of that with my little brother. Not my cup of tea, really.
Yeah, I like it because it's like not zombies, but like zombie thing.
And the main one, the first anime I ever watched and finished, 7 Deadly Sins.
Of course, that's one of my favourites. That'd be another interesting one to do live action.
That one again, very easy to do, in my opinion.
Then you got the obvious one people want them to do live action is Attack on Titan.
See, again, I think that one's a bit harder to do live action because the Titans are gonna need a lot of CGI.
Yeah. Going back to My Hero Academia, a friend of mine, has listened to our podcast, by the way.
Yep.
She told me, and another mate now, which you know, Levi, have both commented that I could probably pull off a Razorhead.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, everybody keeps saying it now. Cut down the beard, dye the hair black, take off the glasses, and his costume's not that bad.
No.
It's these kind of trousers, but in black. A black jumper of some kind.
A coat and a weird scarf.
Yeah.
With some funny goggles.
That would be the most problem I would have, that or the scarf. I'd have to probably get quite a few.
I don't know, like a grey silky scarf would probably do.
To be honest, I could probably get a big bit of grey linen and cut it down and sew.
It's not like you're actually going to do the theatrics of what he does with that scarf.
You never know, I could swing from stuff.
But, you know, there's also, what do you call it? To be honest, a lot of the costumes in My Hero are simple enough. Some aren't, obviously, but a lot of them are.
What I don't really get is Deco's. Why does he have that weird headpiece he never wears?
The mask and the headpiece.
I like the bit here, which you could put over his gob. That looked cool. But the mask, he needs to cut off already.
It's supposed to look like All Might, isn't it?
Yeah, but it looks stupid.
I know it does. But you said you haven't seen season 6.
No.
Are you okay with spoilers?
Yes, well.
Right. For everybody else that isn't okay with spoilers, skip this bit.
Spoilers.
I'll tell you when the spoilers are over. But in season 6, Deku basically teams up with Hawks. I don't know if you've met Hawks yet.
Yes.
Endeavor.
Yes.
All Might. And a bunch of other heroes. And he goes on the run because, you know, Shigezaki, the main bad guy, the disintegration dude, they're worried that because he's got search from the cat lady, that they're going to be able to track One for All to the Hero Academy. Yes. So he's like bouncing around all over the place, And towards the end of that arc, because he's like wearing his suit and stuff, and he's like not getting food, he's not sleeping, he's not resting, he's not cleaning. His suit is so fucking mangled. He looks like a villain. It's scary as shit. Like, his gloves have broken down to the point where it looks like he's got claws.
Yeah.
His boots have shattered to the point where he's got claws on his feet. The mask is all ripped at the back and shredded. The front bit is broken into like really sharp teeth.
That's kind of cool.
So like the suit looks goofy as fuck when it's normal.
Mm.
But you see it in that thing and it's scary.
That's cool.
So, I mean, All Might tries to give him food, but he keeps running off, and then All Might jumps after him and falls on his face, which really made me sad, because I'm like, poor All Might. He's just trying to look after this kid.
Okay, main question. Top 3 characters.
In there.
Yeah, in My Hero. I have 3. I am terrible with names.
Describe him, and I'll see if we match.
Fire Ice Guy.
Oh, Shoto.
I love his power.
That's awesome. I want him to name himself, like, I know he went with Shoto as his superhero name, but that's not a superhero name. I want him to be like something like Frost Flame or something like that.
Ravenhead.
The...
Dark Shadow.
Oh, yeah,
I
him.
love him. I don't know why.
I can't pronounce his name.
Yeah. And then the last one is one I've mentioned, Razorhead.
Yeah. See, for me, I really love Eraserhead. I think he's the best teacher at that school.
Oh god, yeah.
I like.
Not the dominatrix. You see, you don't want a dominatrix as your teacher.
I'm sorry, that's creepy.
What's her power?
Putting people to sleep through
That's it.
body scent.
That's it.
But it's creepy. She's creepy because why is she hitting on students? They're 15.
Why is she allowed to be a teacher?
I really don't know. It's weird. And she's even described as an erotic hero. Like, Grape Juice, the guy with the balls on his head, says that he likes the kinky heroes.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, there's a genre of kinky heroes in this universe.
Yeah.
What?
And then I like some of the other characters. Like, I like the tape guy. I like his power. It seems cool.
It's
in a weird way.
It's very weird how he can just produce different forms of tape from his own body.
Yeah, and why is it when he's got a top on, you can't see the big circles on his arms? Yeah, when he's got it off, you can.
I don't know. It's weird. Also, what I find weird is, like I said, one of my favorite characters are Eraserhead.
Yeah.
Bakugo, like the exploding guy.
He annoys me.
That's why I like him.
Yeah.
Because
he's probably in my top 10.
He's so angry. It's like, dude, are you sure you're a hero?
Yeah.
But then it makes sense when you like dive into the lore and stuff, and it's like quirks form personalities.
Yeah.
So Bakugo is very explosive, and his quirk is explosion.
Okay, so what's number 3?
Frappy, the frog girl.
I do like her. I didn't get her at the start. It's like, why are you useful? But especially in the last couple of seasons, when her and the Gravity Girl have gone on there.
You see, for me, my top 5 obviously includes All Might. I just think he's so sweet. Like,
I want to like him. It's just.
I think it's because I've seen like what he gets to go through in season 6, and towards the end, of season 5, where everything bad really starts to happen.
Question, love.
And he's got no power, so he can't fucking do anything.
Season 4 and 5, you find out Deku is gonna get more powers for the people who passed.
Yeah.
What was his power originally?
All Might.
Yeah.
Quirkless.
So he was like Deku?
Yes.
Yeah. That's hence why he's big Deku.
It's explained, actually, that the past arbiters of One for All didn't know this at the time, but being quirkless is the best thing for One for All. Because
I'm getting that at the minute.
They explain it like a glass of water.
Yeah.
Someone who already has a quirk already has their glass have liquid in it.
Yeah.
Pouring one for all overflows the glass, which
Yeah.
means it ends up shattering, which is why all previous one for all users have died young.
Yeah.
However, the oldest living user of one for all is All Might, and he was quirkless. It was told to Deku that basically, if All Might had tried to give one for all to someone who wasn't quirkless, like Lemillion, it would have ended badly. But they didn't know that until he ended up giving it to Deku.
Mm.
Yeah, and he's reached the singularity point where he can now access all previous powers, like Danger Sense, which is just Spidey Sense. Sorry, it is.
Flying in some way.
Float.
Yeah.
Flying.
Hence why I said flying in some way.
The dark whip things.
I like that.
That's awesome. The mist. You can create mist in like the newer seasons. It can like create a fog cloud. And if he moves his body in a specific motion over and over again, he can charge it with kinetic energy so that he can just keep repelling that.
That's kind of cool.
And like strengthen himself.
There's characters that have grown on me over time, like Red Riot.
Yeah, he grew on me pretty quickly.
Wasn't fun at the beginning.
He grew on me in the arc where they all had that little competition, sports day.
Yes.
Where he went up against Metal Dude.
Yes, he also grew on me more in season 4 when he got to go off and team with one of the big three.
Oh, when he went and worked with Fat Gum.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I love the idea with that gum.
Dude's just so fat he absorbs everything and then can redistribute the energy. That's awesome.
And when he uses a big chunk of power, he gets thin. That's everyone's dream. Be thin and be powerless, or be fat and have power.
Well, he actually gets quite strong as well when he goes like thingy. But yeah, that is quite cool. I think Miss Midnight, again, like you said, you're not bothered about spoilers.
No.
I think she's dead.
Oh.
It's
I knew people were going to end up dying because my mate from Vault, she mentioned to me that I don't get attached to some characters because some start leaving.
Well, the thing is, it's implied. I haven't heard anyone outright say she's dead in the show.
But it's heavily implied.
But there's a scene where they're fighting Gigantomachia, a giant thing that works for all for one, basically. And she's like trying to put it to sleep, and he throws her on the ground, and then she ends up like radioing into Class 1A, and being like, "You need to stop this guy," and she's like really croaky, and then when it's like doing the aftermath of the battle, it pans around, and all you see on the ground is her mask. You don't see her.
She's gone.
So, I'm pretty sure she's dead, and Eraserhead has a patch on one eye, so I'm pretty sure, like, one of his eyes is gone.
That's gonna dampen his power.
Well, not really. He just has to make eye contact with people.
I don't think I'd make a good Eraserhead for one reason. I have a bad squint. So they'd have to film me in scenes in between the squints, because I can't keep eye contact for that long without having to blink.
I don't think anyone can keep eye contact for as long as Eraserhead does without having to blink.
Hence why he's always tired, which I can play very well.
I'm pretty sure they would have to, in the, like, if they live action this, CGI the eyes.
Yeah.
Because there's no way anyone can sit there like...
Or they're just doing short stints.
Or they'll take pictures of the eyes, CGI the red around them, and then just leave the photo in place.
I would probably have to shave a little bit.
I'm sorry, I like Deku, don't get me wrong, he is the main character of the show.
He just needs a slap occasionally.
But Lemillion is way better.
I don't like him. I don't know why.
He's just so nice.
I found it funny when he was in the water. And one of the tests going, "Oh no, I am drowning." Then when the attack happened after they saved him, "Oh no, I am falling," as he's jumping in purposely. It's like, you're not falling, you're gently jumping in.
Yeah, but it's training, isn't it? So.
I did like one of the big three guy with his power. Whatever he eats, he can manifest on his body. So at one point he's got octopus fingers. He's got
It was a very weird power.
Out of the three big ones, that's probably one of my take.
I just want to know how her power works, because it says it uses her life force. Yeah. So surely the more power she uses, the closer to death she comes, right?
And the character creation girl.
Creaty. I don't know her.
I think it's like creation.
They call her Creaty as a nickname. I don't know how to pronounce her real name, but the rich girl, yeah.
Yeah, I like the fact she can make stuff. But I still don't technically get how it works.
But yeah, she uses, when people eat and they store fat, she uses her fat stores to create the stuff.
Surely she gets thinner then.
By transmutating it into stuff. Which is why, if you notice, she has to eat constantly. Yeah. But she doesn't seem to put any weight on.
Not that I'm complaining. But is there any reason why her outfit is so small?
Yeah, it has to come directly from her skin. If you notice, whenever she...
I get that though, but she could have made it a lot less revealing.
This is the part that makes me laugh so much. It's said in an episode of My Hero Academia that the commission for superheroes in that world have a thing for skimpy outfits because of Miss Midnight.
Yeah.
They had to make outfits less skimpy. Okay. Please explain to me how Creaty's outfit is less skimpy than what Miss Midnight used to wear.
Yep.
Because you show us a picture of what she used to wear, and it ain't any less skimpy than what she's wearing.
Yep.
Sorry, it just isn't.
The other one that grew on me a lot is the acid. Surely you just wear a bralette and just take it from the tummy.
I would have thought she would have wore a crop top and just pulled it out from her belly. Yeah. But whenever they show her using her power, she's either pushing it out of her back or pulling open her top and pushing it out from her breasts.
I admit that is where a lot of fat is stored.
Still, it's a bit weird.
It is. It's very weird.
And then the scene where she creates something so big her entire top rips, and someone has to throw a blanket over him because
suit-wise,
boobs.
Fire Ice Guy. He could have done so much with his outfit.
His outfit sucks.
And his outfit is basically just the training gear, just without the white stripes.
Yeah.
It's like, that's a bit boring. I don't like the grenade guy, but at least he thought about it.
I personally think he's done that because of his family drama. He doesn't want his suit to look too much like Endeavor's. But he could have done so much more.
He could at least made half white and half red.
My favourite part of his aesthetic, they don't even use anymore. When he first showed up, he was wearing the boring ass suit, but he was half ice. He covered himself in ice.
Yeah.
That looked cool.
It did.
Especially if you when he accepts the fire powers after Deku talks to him. If you'd have shown him create fire coming off one side and ice on the other, that would have made the suit being boring look cool.
The fact they've thought about it with some of the characters, like the guy with the tail, he's really good at fighting.
So he just looks like a Japanese martial artist.
I kind of like the girl with the earphone jack. I also don't get how good of a hero she could be.
I mean, search and rescue.
Yeah, search and rescue, yeah, but...
But there's different specialties, isn't there?
Yeah,
there's
true.
crime fighters, search and rescue.
I do like her as a character.
And stuff like that. I'll tell you something. There's one power that really confuses me, to know tomorrow. Well, it's not power. It's why did they have a weird appearance? It is the Acid Girl.
Yeah, I don't get why she's pink.
with bug features.
Yeah. I don't get it.
It doesn't make sense. Like, if you were gonna make her a bit like the girl from X-Men First Class, just going back to something we talked about a minute ago, where she had the bug wings but could spit acid.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That was
Why make it pink?
it's probably to show that quirks can have physical attributes, but you kind of did that with Frappy.
Yeah, and you got the guy who can talk to birds and shit.
Yeah, who's weirdly shaped.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
Or the guy whose superpower from Class B is just to create comic book language. Like, boom.
Yeah, it's just, why does he look like that?
Why does he look like a comic book page? Like, does he have a real head? Is that just a mask?
I assumed it was just a mask, but with this show, you never know.
Like, there are so many heroes that, like, don't make sense. Obviously, the mimic guy does my head in. From Class B, whose superpower is to touch someone and mimic their power.
Oh yeah, he annoys me. I've just got through the training session bit in season 5.
Where they're going up against Class B.
It's like, just shut up.
Yeah.
But then again, he must get it from his teacher, who's very one-sided during them fights.
And to be honest, that's a funny gag from Class B, Class A, where they're like, "Can you stop with the one-sided commentary?"
The one power I didn't want to go up against is the Mushroom Girl.
That's creepy.
That is creepy.
But her deformity makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, she has a mushroom for a head.
Then you got the girl with... Class B has some cool powers. You got the girl with the grass hair that can extend like vines.
That's cool.
The darkness guy is just a copy of bloody... the Ravenhead guy.
Yeah, no. Like, if you think about Raven Dude, I don't know his real name. I always forget it because it's Japanese and I can't pronounce it.
Yeah.
But his power creates a sentient being that lives in his chest.
Which is kind of cool.
Like,
which he's now learned he can fly with.
Yeah, thanks to Hawks, which is just so cool.
Oh, I love Hawks.
I like Hawks. I think he's one of the better heroes. Endeavor sucks. Let's just get that out there.
He does.
He's technically now number 1 and was number 2.
For me, he's trying to get better and be more fatherly.
He is, but when one of your kids is in high school, one of your kids is in college, and one of your kids is already a teacher, you kind of missed your shot to be a better dad, dude.
Especially because I get the feeling that 2 of them don't have powers.
They have their mum's powers, or
such as ice.
At least that's what's been said. The ice uses. That's why their hair is white, and Shoto's is white and red. I also, like, I know it's horrible that Shoto has that scar on his face, but does it give you Zuko vibes?
Yes.
That he's got a scar over his eye from a parent.
It does. They did not think about that one.
So, but yeah, I mean, there's other. They do have another kid, but that's a spoiler.
Quick other topic.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Who next month.
Yes.
Getting closer and closer.
Yes, it is.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. Can't wait to see where they go with it. Should be fun.
Oh, definitely. D&D wise,
I think
Critical Role. I've got that card set coming out.
Yeah, not really looked into it, to be honest.
I've not looked that much into it. I've watched Matt and Liam play it. I think it's from the same people who made like the My Hero game and that set of games, card games. Because for what I've seen, they do like checks and stuff like that, like they do on that. So I think it's got the same kind of
vibe
to it.
But all in all,
Might collect one or two of the cards just because Chester.
That actually brings me full circle back to X-Men 97.
Yeah, it
because
does.
you mentioned the blue girl. Please don't have killed Kurt.
I know. Kurt is actually in my probably top 5 X-Men.
Like, the reason why I don't want them to have killed Kurt is they so show how much he loves Rogue. And, you know, it was basically confirmed in the original series. Their brother and sister. Like,
Are they actually brother and sister?
Kind of.
Isn't like Mystique her adopted mother?
Yeah, so they're not biologically related, but obviously, if you're being adopted, that doesn't really matter to you. And obviously, Kurt didn't have a family that loved him because of his appearance.
No.
And then he found out that, like, Mystique's his mother.
Excuse me. I believe Mystique's his father.
Well, comic book wise, but in the series, she's his mother.
Which I find hilarious.
I love it. It's great. I want them to bring that retcon into X-Men 97.
Same. By the way, son, I'm not your mother.
What?
I'm your father. That'd be funny.
Please do it like Star Wars.
Dad, I'm not your mother.
What? You told me you were.
Well, technically I am. But I'm actually your father.
What? That doesn't make sense.
Well, you see, I turned into a guy and bonked your mother.
But how did you have the genetic material to... Well, you see, it's kind of... My power is more genetic transformation rather than shapeshifting. So I absorb the DNA of anyone I have physically touched. Meaning, you're a combination of everyone I've ever met.
Yeah. I think that's it for today.
Yeah, I do. So, that's Ethan.
Rob.
Signing off.
Out.